since this is Chick Flicks Explained, is about how Barbie is or isn't a chick flick and why it is so popular with women. Now, a typical chick flick has certain elements, and those elements can vary a little bit, but they have some basic principles. So the first is that we have a woman who is hemmed in by her circumstances. So in the case of Titanic, we have a woman who, because her family is down and out on their financial luck, but is high in status, they're marrying her into a rich family. In the case of Pretty Woman, we have a woman who has become a street prostitute because she ran away from a bad family situation, and that was the only way that she could make money. And in the case of The Notebook, we have a woman who is in a certain social class, has certain expectations of her for her education and her married life. And in the case of 50 Shades of Grey, we have a woman who is mired in the minutiae, the everydayness of being a student and going to work and all of those sorts of things. And in Barbie, we don't see that really, right? In Barbie, what we have is a woman who starts off with the perfect life. So that's one way that Barbie breaks the traditional expectation and tropes of a chick flick. Now, the second way is that usually there is a handsome man who is a focus of the story, who is bringing out a lot of new experiences for the female character. And so in the case of Titanic, we have two male characters, and that's also a very common way to do it, is to have two men. So in the case of Titanic, there's two men. In the case of Bridget Jones' Diary, there's two men. In the case of The Notebook, there's two men. And generally both of those men are desirable in certain traits, but also lacking in certain traits. And the journey is how the woman goes about selecting which one to ultimately be with, and which one will really bring her true happiness, let's say. Now, in this one, in Barbie, there are two Kens, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. The third one is that love is an escape from the reality that they live in. So that love experience is what transforms the negative aspects of their life into something better. And so love is kind of the solution to the problems that they find themselves in. And in Barbie, we don't have that at all. So in Barbie, there is a rejection of love and men in a romantic sense. And even beyond that, there's a kind of a rejection of men or love or romance. And that is one of the things that actually, in another way, makes it appealing to women, because for them, in the movie you have this ripped Ryan Gosling, and here we have Barbie who decides she doesn't want to be or isn't romantically interested in a ripped Ryan Gosling and can keep him as just a friend, right? And so here we see a fantasy element where women would love to be in a position where they could reject a guy like Ryan Gosling, right? That is a fantastical idea, that they could have that kind of option, but not need or even be interested in that option.
To help other people find this channel and to help us grow, and to make sure you don't miss the next one, like and subscribe down below, and we'll see you next time.